What's going on, guys? Cool Trainer Camilo here. I'm still kind of shocked that I'm doing this, but I am really excited to build my first gaming PC. So this is gonna be a very amateur job. I am not an expert by any means. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos on this and I thought it would be cool to document this, so that's where we are today. So I will be using this PC mostly for streaming, video editing, and gaming. And I feel like I did a good job of picking out my parts. I didn't want to go too cheap on anything, so I feel like I got some really good stuff, and this is gonna be a really nice build. Probably more than what I need, but I didn't want to cheap out on anything, so let's go through what I got. So I decided to go with AMD for my processor. I was doing a lot of research and they were saying that AMD is better than Intel for processing tasks like editing and stuff. So I went with the Ryzen 7 3700X. It's a pretty good processor. I think if you go any higher than this, it's kind of marginal increase in performance. So I stopped at this one, and it does come with a cooler. So I'm gonna be using the stock cooler for that. And then for my motherboard, I got the B550 Gaming Edge Wi-Fi. I didn't really go crazy with the motherboard. I don't think you really have to. This is just, I think, a standard motherboard. It had all the features I had, like it had gigabit. It has, it actually has built-in Wi-Fi, which I wasn't really looking for, but that's cool. It does have RGB in it, so always get your RGB in. So yeah, I checked all the boxes, so I went with this. And then for my power supply, I went with PowerSpec 650 watt. I used PC Part Picker to determine the wattage of my build, and it said it was like 450. So I just wanted to get some headroom in case I upgrade. You always want some headroom so you don't have to change the power supply too. Okay, and then here's where I kind of splurged. I did get 32 gigabytes of RAM. I currently have 16 gigabytes in my current laptop computer, and it works. But I kind of want to just be able to open a bunch of programs and have a bunch of stuff open at once. So I went with 32 gigabytes, and this is RGB as well. This is the Trident Z Neo. Oh, and I did get 3600 megahertz RAM, because I read that if you're using an AMD processor, the speed of the RAM matters, but if you're doing Intel, it doesn't matter as much. And then my graphics card, I got the Radeon or Sapphire Radeon 5700 XT. I went back and forth deciding my graphics card because I wanted to get a good one, but this one, I wasn't sure, because when it first came out, there were a bunch of driver issues, and I asked around, and supposedly all the driver issues are fixed. So hopefully I don't have any issues with this card, but yeah, that's what I got. And this one does have 8 gigs of VRAM. Probably overkill, but I wanted it. And then for my storage, I actually went with the new NVMe standard, the M2 drives. So these are little sticks that are way faster than even just SATA SSDs. I got it, I got it half price, because it says it's 129, but I got it for 75 bucks. But yeah, so this will make your computer, if you have this as your boot drive, it'll boot instantly, and it's really good for putting all your programs on. And then you can't forget about your accessories. I went HyperX for my keyboard, RGB keyboard, pretty sweet. And then also the mouse. It does have RGB, but not that much. It's just a little logo that's lit up. And then last we have the case, but let's get that out of the box first. So this is the NZXT H510. It's a very entry-level case. It was only 70 bucks. So I think it'll do the thing I needed to do, be a case. Okay, every guide I've ever watched usually does the power supply first. Okay, so the case should come off, or the front panel should come off. I'm gonna break it. There we go. Okay, so manual, a lot of cables. I don't think we're gonna need all these cables, but let's get the power supply out. back panel. Okay, so I guess we got some goodies in here. So we got some connectors and some manuals. Okay, so some screws to like screw some stuff in that we'll figure out later. And then these are all of the connectors that will power like the USB ports and the lights on the front. So we'll definitely need these too. I actually like this case a lot. It has a lot of like cable management in the back. Okay, so looking at my case, I noticed that there's like a vent or like it's open on the bottom. So like the fan for the power supply should go face down is what I understand. So it'd be like fan down. But before we do that, let's connect all of the cables that we're gonna need. So let's do the biggest one first. That's gonna be the most important one. This is gonna connect the power supply to the motherboard, and that's gonna be the biggest connector, the 24 pin. So it looks like this. It's gonna be your big connector. Yeah, so whatever your biggest pin cable is, that should be for your motherboard. So we have here this big connector, big pin. Should go right. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, and then let's do the CPU power. So I understand that it's this one. This will go on the motherboard. It's actually a 8-pin connector, but like you can split it in two. But the 8-pin is gonna go into the power supply. So my power supply, it does say CPU. Yeah, right there, CPU. This pin's gonna go in there. Okay, that's in. Next, we're gonna do the PCIe slot. So this will be used for our graphics card. So this one is, for mine, it's the red one, and this one is a 6+2. So like 6 pins together, but like it breaks off 2, because you may not need all the pins. But this will be an 8-pin going into the power supply. And it's easy because this one's red and they match up. Okay, and I think that's all I'm plugging in, so I think we're good to put this in the case now. So if you see, this is where our power supply is gonna go. So we're gonna need to put it in the case and then screw it in. So if you look closely here, there are little holes that you can plug screws into, and I just looked in my case, and I have 4 little screws here to screw in the power supply. I can't seem to get this one in. I don't know what. Maybe like it didn't line up properly, but I think that's fine. We got 3 in there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Okay, so now let's move on to the motherboard. Okay, so we got a lot going on here. I see where the CPU goes and the socket there. We got where our RAM goes. Got our PCIe slot. We have our M2 slot for our memory. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, there it is right there. AMD Ryzen. Actually, it's like a teeny tiny piece of the box. Most of the box is the cooler. Which I do think this is RGB lit. Oh yeah, look at that. So I do believe we already have thermal paste applied to the bottom of the cooler, so it'll attach to our CPU. So do not want to touch that. Okay, and then I know you're not supposed to touch the top or the bottom, just by the sides. What else is in here? Some paperwork. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is open this rod so the socket will open. And then I'm gonna grab it by the sides. And there should be, if I can get this to focus, a little divot or like arrow, and you just gotta line that up with what's on the board. Okay, I did get my socket in there. I got a little nervous that like I locked it because when I pushed this down, it wasn't going down. But you just gotta pull it and go under this clip. So I believe it's in because when I put it in there, it fell straight in. So I think we're good. Okay, cooler's on. Yeah, I think we're good with that. Okay, so we got the fan in. Let's do the RAM next. I'm actually really excited for this because this does have some RGB in it. Very nice. Okay, I think this should be like the easiest thing to put in because I actually have put RAM in a computer before. If you look on the board, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's telling me there are 2 slots that it would prefer you use first. So it's the A2 and the B2. Be very gentle. There is a notch when you're dealing with RAM. So there's a notch here and then there's a notch there. So okay, I think that's in. And then the next one. Good. Okay, I just put the M2 drive in, so now I think I just gotta push it down. Let's see here. Okay, we're making some progress. M2 drive is in. Okay, I think we're good. I did some cable management for this wire that will let me change the color of the fan. And yeah, I think we can put it in the case now. Okay, so I think I got this figured out now. There are a bunch of little pegs here that match up with the holes on the motherboard. So I should be able to get it in there. Oh, I'm so nervous. Very delicate. It's very, oh my gosh. I really don't want to drop it. It's like, it's so top heavy. Sweet. Okay, I think it just goes right in here in this PCIe slot. All right. That was actually really easy. Okay, so we're almost there. All the pieces are really in. Now we just gotta like connect it to power, I think. So let's do the main motherboard connector first. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna go for the power to the graphics card, the PCIe slot. So I guess this is a big 6 connector, so this one should be easy. That one up there was a absolute, right? It's 6. Okay, that goes like that, and then I can do 2. Okay, good. And then this one is, I think, just the 3. And I think that's in.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so it is now the next day. I finished last night. I'm pretty sure I hooked up everything. The only thing left to do now is to actually plug it in to the wall and see if I can get it to boot. I'm kind of nervous, but I hope everything just like works the first time. Okay, here we go. And it would help if I actually plugged it in first. That's in. Okay, power. I think we have life. Yeah, this is gonna be sick. So I think the issue was that I had the front panel connectors for the power button incorrectly. So I guess now I gotta work on, let's see if we can connect it to the monitor. Okay, so apparently my RAM wasn't seated in all the way. I fixed that. And I'm getting an error. Okay, I unplugged the USB thing for the fan. Let's see what happens now. Oh, I think something's lining up. Hey, look at this. We have Ryzen 7 3700 8 core, that's correct. Speed, it's at 3600, that's correct. DRAM size, okay, that's 32 gigs. What else? See, devices change, CMOS been cleared. Press F1 to run setup, press F2 to load default values and continue. Plus, please enter setup. So I guess F1? Yo, we did it! Crazy. Okay, so I think everything's good. I checked all my settings. They all look good, so I think I'm supposed to hit F10. So I went from CPU fan fail warning control disabled to enable. Okay, yeah, let's turn that on. Okay, so I have created a boot drive for Windows. So this will install Windows onto the computer. So I think what I'm supposed to do is plug this in. We can plug it in around the back here. Turn it on and then press F11. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Okay, please select boot device. Hit enter. Yo, look at this, we got Windows. Dude, this is so sick. I did it, like built my first PC. And we're gonna get this loaded and we'll come back in a bit. And I think we're done. I got Windows booting. I gotta just put the thing together and put like the front panel, back panel on. I'm so happy I can do this. This is so cool. I built my own computer. Yeah, everything seems to be running normal. Sweet. And I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you are also building your first PC, I hope this video helped. This is going to significantly help me make better content. If you like this video, don't forget to super smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you with the next one.